Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, November 10th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I align my energies with actions that feel empowering. And today we have Mercury shifting out of Libra back into Scorpio. We are still moving through the shadow. We've only had Mercury hanging out in Libra for like week and a half-ish, not very long, a little bit over a week and a half. So we're back into Scorpio today. That being said, Mercury will be at that 29 degree for the first part of the day, and then moves to that 0 degree, what time? 1:56 p.m. Pacific time. So between 29 and 0 degrees, Mercury mischief is usually very rampant. So we start the day really wanting to work our mental energies around finding that stability, finding that harmony, finding that balance within ourselves. The more we can get to that place, the easier, doesn't mean it's easy, but easier we can get to that empowered mental place. And this card, this is the Magician card in traditional tarot. This card feels so appropriate with that energy. This to me is like, yes, 100% sitting in her power because she is in that balanced, or she or he, doesn't have to be a she, but this being is in their balanced, centered state. Mentally, that's part of the Magician energy, but also anchoring down into the physical. So we want to remember that today with this Mercury shift. Now again, Mercury mischief, communications being wonky, technology, delays, any of those things can end up happening with these mercurial energies, so do have patience with that through the day. Mercury moving through Scorpio. Mercury will be moving through Scorpio through the remainder of November. It'll shift into Sagittarius in December, but Mercury in Scorpio, again, we can be very empowered through our mental energies, and yet we have to be very aware of the paranoia and the fears coming up. Now, it doesn't mean you push those away. There's a reason. There's usually a root or a wound or even some trauma that feeds into that fear, that paranoia coming up. So it can be a call to address that root, a call to address those energies. So don't just, I will empower myself. I am empowered, hear me roar, kind of energy. It's, okay, wait, what is this? Where is this coming from? And being tender and gentle with that place. That's part of that water energy of Scorpio. It doesn't necessarily always get that reputation, and yet it does have that ability. So we'll work through that over the next few weeks. Besides that, the moon in Scorpio is actually, not in Scorpio, moon in Virgo is actually connecting us to one of our big transits this week, that Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, our third and final Jupiter-Pluto conjunction of this year, but I would say probably for the next 12 years. Hooray! Because that's definitely been a piece of the 2020 intensity puzzle. So Jupiter and Pluto hanging out at 22 degrees, very close, moving very close to their exact conjunction. And the moon in Virgo, I would say empowerment through the body, really honoring, listening to our body, being aware of our physical environment, that energy connecting in. So my feeling is that as we build into this exact conjunction, which Jupiter bringing that expansion energy and Pluto bringing that transformation energy, we are being called to really ground in through our body. Again, here we have this as we build into this. Now, so many lessons this year in this Jupiter-Pluto energy. And one of the themes of Capricorn energy is the theme of your own personal authority. It can also be themes of outside authority. But in this, I'm really feeling that lesson connected with our empowerment work that we've been moving through with the Scorpio energies. No matter what is said out there, It does not take away your own personal sovereignty. It does not take away your own personal authority. And part of these shifts that we've had this year have been reminding us that no matter what is said and done out there, it is possible for us to continue rising in our empowerment, not giving that power away, standing in our authority, and honoring that. Interesting thing. So fascinating how this works. No mistakes. Pallas has been a big part of these Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions. And here Pallas is, again, hanging out at 22 degrees, being part of this. So there's a major lesson for us all in taking back our empowerment from patriarchal energies. The best thing we can do for that is be responsible, responding in a way that's true to yourself, true to your soul, being responsible in your life. How are you showing up for you? And again, that moon in Virgo feeding in is like part of that is listening and honoring your body, knowing that it is this divine vehicle for the soul and it has purpose and deserves to be honored. So do remember that today, because you may be called to step up and honor yourself in that way, just to kind of like, yes, I accept this mantle of power in and through myself. Let's see what else we have going on. Moon opposite Neptune. Maybe some interesting dreams coming up. We are building into a Venus-Neptune in conjunct, so you may have some revealing stuff coming through about relationships. I do have friendliness in reverse. So we are coming off of that Venus-Mars opposition. So there may be some energies that you need to face. But again, this is that call for grounding right back in the self. I also have the Innocence card. And so my feeling is even if there are some energies revealed, do keep the spirit of innocence and maybe tune into the whys. Why is this happening for me? What is my lesson in this? Again, bringing it back to the self. These last few days of this Mars retrograde, bringing it back to the self. It's funny because as I'm saying that, I have the song Taking It to the Streets playing in my head. So, yeah. So, final little note, Sun connecting to the moon as well. Empowerment through connecting to your physical body. What does your body need? I'll tell you that as I'm sitting here, my stomach is growling and I need to make dinner. So, that is up next. A nice healthy dinner. I would say be aware with the moon in Virgo, do not get oversaturated in your head. That's definitely a possibility. There's these two ways that we can go with the mental energy. We can be the magician. We can be grounded through our body with our thinking, or we can get spinny in the burden and have the cock on the head. I'd rather not be a cockhead. So, here, this for all of us, for the empowerment. So, that being said, you can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.